Hello everybody, this is Gwyneth Isaac speaking here. Well, we got 12 millimeters of rain the other day. That's nice, it's better than nothing, but it's summer here in Australia and probably we won't be getting very much rain for about the next 4 months. That's just life here. It's a semi-arid climate. I've nevertheless, I've got to get fodder production happening. So it's going to be cacti and succulents. Cacti and succulents. Beautiful. I've got lots of prickly pears. Lots and lots and lots of prickly pears. I also have tree aeoniums, and I have carpobrotus, which is giant flowering pigface. So what I'm going to be doing over the summer, you can cultivate cactuses in the summertime. They love it, absolutely love it. That's their desert plants. That's what they do. So I've been fencing off areas. I've got some areas where the soil's a little bit moister, and we can put other things in to grow there that need a little bit of moisture. So particularly my little fernery area, which I might show you fellas sometime. But it's kind of you've got to do things differently. I was watching a video the other day on this farmer, and his farm was in North Florida, and you think Florida beauty, tropical climate, but what it is he has a similar climate to what we have here. Baking hot summers. And I like the hot weather, but what I don't like is no water. And we are headed into a drought cycle. The dam's empty. It's got a few inches of water left in the bottom of it. There won't be any more water from the dam unless we get some summer storms come through, please God. Please. There won't be any more water in the dam once that's gone. And it'll be gone within a few days to a week at the most. So it's cactus gardening and hand watering a few trees that need establishment as they get established. Hand watering, and that's when they start to show signs of stress. Otherwise, they're on their own. And trees that have not been put in this year, they're on their own. Will some of them die? Maybe. There we go. That's the harsh side of doing stun cultivation. Mark Shepherd, strategic total utter neglect. You'd be surprised. It works. It actually works really, really well. I've got raspberries, boysenberries rather. I've got boysenberries and a bunch of other plants that are just now surviving through every single summer. Oh, we've got a little friend come to say hello. We've got a little friend. This is Blackie. Blackie loves me. She comes up for snuggles all the time. Hello. see that? Oh, I love you too. So cute. If you see my eyes darting around, it's because I'm filming this from my tablet. I'm really tempted to look at my own face, but it's got the little green light in the corner there, which I'm supposed to look at as I'm filming so that you can see my eyes. But it's a natural thing. I want to look at myself, and it's hard, you know. But anyway, that's the sort of farming that I'm going to be doing, and picking succulents that are edible and planting vast quantities of them. Because why not? The animals eat it, it's not a weed. If the animals eat it, it's not a weed. Hello, Blackie, aren't you beautiful? I'm going to keep you. I'm feeding my kittens at present. They're having their lunch. Blackie's obviously finished their lunch. They are going to need homes. They'll be advertised free to good home. I've just got a message. I think that I ordered some Frontline from a pet retailer online locally, and I got a message from the post office saying that I got a parcel to pick up. I said, "Beauty, that'll be my Frontline. I hope it's my Frontline. I hope it's my Frontline. Once these guys have been frontlined and wormed, they will be, most of them, except for Blackie, because she really likes me. I think you would miss me, wouldn't you? Blackie can stay. And little ginger cat over there, Tuppence. I'll show you Tuppence some stage. He can stay. He reminds me of Archie's old cat. So he can stay. Archie's cat was Tuppence. He got Tuppence. I'll tell the Tuppence story. Tuppence was born in 1975, the year Archie opened his mission in Melbourne. He was the cat of Chris and Damien Reed, who were the half-brothers, so the tale goes, of Mark Brandon Chopper Reed. And Chris and Damien Reed, if you're watching this, Jesus loves you, but torturing a cat is not a good idea. And they were torturing Tuppence. They were taking him up to a third-story window and dropping him out of the window. And they were standing across the other side of their apartment and throwing him at the curtain. His claws would cling onto the curtain and stick there. And Barbara Reed, who was Chris and Damien Reed's mother, they apparently had the same father as Chopper Reed. She said, "Archie, could you please give Tuppence a home? He needs to get out of here. I'm frightened for him." Barbara Reed was actually quite a nice lady. I don't know if she's still alive. My gosh, she'd have to be 90 if she was still alive. But, if Chris Reed or Damien Reed ever watch this, Jesus loves you, but I have to tell the truth about what happened. I don't mean any ill will for you, but you shouldn't have done that to Tuppence. So Archie took Tuppence home. Tuppence was and home for him was the mission. I'll put a link to the video, the documentary that was made of the mission in the description. But what happened was he became the mission cat, keeping the rodents down, because, you know, Fitzroy was, as an area, had a lot of rodents, rats and mice, because it was a poor area, and a lot of the houses were really, really, really old, like over 100 years old. They had just had rat runs running all through them, you know, rats running from house to house to house. There's no way that you'd ever be able to get rid of them unless you had a really good population of cats. And so that was Tuppence's job. And after he'd settled in, Archie never, ever, ever fed him. So think of that what you will, but Tuppence lived to be 28 years old. He died late 2003. Late 2003 or early 2004. I think it was late 2003. Tuppence died, the year that Archie died. Archie died June 17th, I think. June 17th, 2003. And Tuppence just wandered off up into the forest and never came back. It's the way of cats, that's what they do. And I've had cats my whole life. Dad got me my first cat when I was 4. So, and I've mostly had cats ever since. They're pest control. But Tuppence was never fed by Archie. He lived off what he hunted. And he lived to be 28 years old. I think that says something for him, having to work for his living and never being fed. You know, I supplementary feed my cats. They get free choice food. So basically all of my cats and dogs have big bowls of kibble, dry food, set out at various places in the house. Some of them are at floor level for the dogs. Some of them are high up on shelves where the cats have to climb up to the rafters, and there's mid-level ones as well, especially for the kittens. So, you know, they have to climb a little bit to get to the kibble, but, you know, it keeps them entertained, and it makes sure that the cats always can get to some dry food. But they do a really good job of keeping this place free of rats and mice. There's a few rats and mice. The thing is, if you have cats, you'll probably always have a few rats and mice, because they are an apex predator, and the job of an apex predator is to reduce the rodent population, but they'll probably never wipe it out, because they've got to maintain a minimal level so that they can breed and so that they can continue to eat them. But the rodent population never gets totally out of control. And I had 2 cats shortly after I moved into this place. And I think not the Felix that I have now, but earlier Felix. That was his name as well. And Sophie. And Felix number 1 was Persian cross. He was a beautiful cat, lush black, silky fur, and only one eye, but boy could he catch rats and mice. You know, him only having one eye didn't seem to stop him from catching rodents at all. He just dealt with it. And didn't affect his, you know, judgment and pouncing or anything like that. He just accounted for it. And then there was Sophie. And Sophie was a grey tabby. Grey tabbies, in my experience, most cats are good hunters if you give them the chance. They'll hunt, and just give them a subsistence level of food. They'll hunt. And you don't need to buy the... Although, shortly after these kittens had been weaned, I had some whiskers in little packets that I'd gotten from a food bank, just shoved to the back of my cupboard. And they got that for their first week or so. Quickly ran out of that. Had to go and... or was it Dine? No, the first lot was Dine. And then it went to whiskers, and then it went to mate jelly meat. It's actually dog food. But here's a secret. The dog food, the soft dog food, is exactly the same as the soft cat food, but they sell the soft cat food in tiny little pouches. Yeah, these sorts of... Hang on, watch out, Blackie. These, everybody knows what they are. You're there now, are you? Can you hear her purring? She loves me. She just loves me. But they, they actually put less meat. You'll find that there's less jelly and less meat in the Dine and in the the whiskers pouches and all the rest of it. There's less of it. There's more water. And that jelly is actually protein. It's protein. That's why they give hospital patients jelly, is because it's basically boiled down cartilage and hoofs from animals that go to the slaughterhouse. That's what they do. They make jelly out of it. So, but it's very good for your joints. Very, very. It's broth, brawn. And Archie said, "I love brawn." And I said, "I'll make you brawn." He says, "You know how to make brawn?" I said, "I do." I said, "I love brawn." "How do you make brawn?" My granny used to make brawn. That's what he used to say. So I think a few times I got some bones and I made brawn for him. Put some salt in it so that it kept. And he said, "This is delicious." I said, "Aye." He said, "Granny used to get brawn from the butcher shop." And I said, "Oh, it's so easy to make. Just boil up some bones. Boil it down, render it down. It just turns to jelly. Then you leave it to cool and it just forms a big mass of jelly. It's delicious. Very good for your bones and joints and everything." But that's the jelly meat that they put into moist food for dogs and cats, but they put less jelly in the cat's food for some reason. I don't know why, because jelly is just really, really, really good for cats and dogs and all carnivores and humans as well. So, but anyway, there we go. That was the story of Tuppence. And gosh, little Blackie, you are so beautiful. I'll show everybody how beautiful you are. Hello, who's that? Is that Blackie? I better go. God bless you all, and I'll see you later.